Hey, it's Terry Jeanette with Tapping Flamingo. This is my last video of how our Disney cruise went. So this is video 3, and it is about the third day. Something I wanted to mention to you before I get into the third day is on Carnival cruises, when you first get on, in the bathroom, they have all these little samples and stuff, and their shampoo and conditioner is a dispenser in the shower. With Disney, they actually give you these 2-ounce, this is body lotion, and then you have the shampoo, and you have conditioner. And each night, when they come to turn your bed down and clean or whatever, give you new towels, they leave one of each of these in your stateroom. So you have plenty of lotions and shampoo and conditioner, and you take them home when you're done, because even with the 4 of us, we don't wash our hair every night, and we had some left over. All right, so day 3, Castaway Cay. How fun was that? Very. It is a beautiful island, a lot to do. Again, I'm going to post some pictures after this video to kind of show you a little bit about the island. One of the things that Disney boasts about is that they can actually park their boat right there at the island. You do not have to tender in. They don't have to dock out where you have to take a boat and come into the island. You can actually get right on the island. You get off the boat, you're on the island. Pro, con, I don't really see much of a difference, because you still have to walk a long way to get to the beach. You have to walk a long way even to get to the tram that will take you to the adult beach, which is called Serenity Bay. Serenity Bay is okay. It's definitely an adult, boring beach. I liked it, to be honest with you. It was very quiet. There were no lifeguards that I saw there, so that's kind of a negative. My opinion, I think they should have lifeguards everywhere. They had them all over the boat. They had them all over the family section. They probably needed to have them on the adult section too, because not every adult can swim. I can, but I do know lots that cannot. When we first got there, it was kind of cool though, because there was a sandbar a little ways out there that we were able to swim out to and walk on. There was also a buoy out there that we went and saw some fish. So there was a few little things to do. And one of the things that I also liked was they had umbrellas. And under each umbrella, you had 2 lounge chairs and then 2 beach chairs where you could take out and sit on the shore, which I did. Something strange. As fair as I am, I didn't get any sun. Now, I'm not blaming this on the ship or anything. This is just me. But I thought it was quite interesting. I had sunscreen on my face and here and just on my shoulders. No place else did I have sunscreen, and I didn't get it. I did not burn at all. And I spent most of my time in the lounge chair at the shore or on a raft in the water laying down. Not sure why I didn't get any sun, but anyway, back to the cruise. Castaway Cay, like I said, is beautiful. I don't think it's any more beautiful than Half Moon, which is Carnival's island. I've only been on one Royal Caribbean cruise. It was a while back, and Coco Cay. What I remember of it, I actually like Castaway Cay better. There is a lot to do if you want to pay for excursions. You can also rent snorkeling equipment, which my sister did, and she was able to go on the family side of the beach. They kind of separated out, and they have an area where you can snorkel, and she got some really nice pictures and was telling me how cool it was. Hindsight, I probably should have gotten some snorkeling equipment, but I didn't. Oh well. And you can rent rafts and inner tubes and you can rent one, and if you're tired of that, you can go take it back and switch it out, which we did. We had the inner tube at first, and they were really cool because they're clear. And my sister had the snorkeling equipment. She'd come back. She was, Terry, you got to come out and see this, all these fish. So I went out with the inner tube, and because they're clear, you can see inside the water at the bottom. And so I was able to see everything that she saw with her snorkeling equipment. Oh, the umbrellas are free. Other cruise lines I've been on, you've had to pay for them. So that's a big plus. Tracy and I were out on the island all day long. My mom came out for a little bit and reported that my sister Tammy got sick. I was very sad because I knew she would love the island. So she spent the whole entire day in bed and in the bathroom, and that's as far as I'll go with that. She was very, very sick. And so she missed out on the whole third day at Castaway Cay. And she did not get to come to dinner with us that night. We got to eat at Animator's Palette. That was a neat place. When you go in, you see a bunch of pictures and all. They're just still pictures. But as the night goes on, the pictures become animated. And the theme was Little Nemo. They had Crush. And I forgot what the shark's name is, but he was going around. And like Crush would come up to tables and he'd say, "Hey, you in the polka dot scarf, how was your day today? Did you get to go to the island?" And then you would talk to him. And anyway, you could have a conversation with Crush. It was I thought that was kind of fun. We were not, and our table was not where we could actually converse with any of the characters, but it was fun to watch other people do that. Again, the food was so-so. That night, afterwards, we went and saw the movie Believe, and I think I already talked to you about that on our previous video. And we had to have our luggage out by 10:30. I was not used to that. Usually you have to have it out by midnight. And so that night, us girls were just throwing stuff because we didn't realize they had to be out. And if they're not out and they don't get picked up, you have to self-assist, which means you have to carry all your stuff off on the ship by yourself. And I did not want to do that. So we were really hurrying to do that. And in the process of that, my watch got misplaced. Fortunately, I was able to find it, but I was kind of in a panic because it is a very nice Fossil watch that my husband got for me a few years ago, and I was very sad and I couldn't find it. I knew that our stateroom person, he did not take it. It was purely my fault because it got picked up and thrown in somebody's bag because we were in such a hurry. I did call down, though, and ask about it. I said, if I was to have lost it and it winds up being found after I leave the ship the next day, what happens? And they actually immediately had somebody actually come to my stateroom. They took a statement. I gave them a description. I gave them my cell phone number and, other ways to get in contact with me, my email. And but I did tell them it was more my fault. I just wanted to make sure that they knew that it was not stolen. It was just misplaced. But I was really impressed with how they handled that. Let's see. Halls are very small. When we had our bags finally packed and we were going to put them out in the hall, there was no place for them. We each had one suitcase. There's 4 of us, so that's 4 suitcases. There was no place to put them. Very narrow halls. That's a big complaint. And with the fact that there no middle staircases or ways to get out mid-ship, it does tend to be a little claustrophobic, at least for me. Balcony was great. I'm glad we had a balcony, especially with the 4 of us. we were able to enjoy as we left. You need starboard side though. That is the side when you're leaving, at least out of Port Canaveral, that you see everything as you're going by. And let's see, make sure I've got everything that I wanted to talk about. Oh, depart, getting off of the boat was so smooth. It was great. It was the best debarkation that I have ever been involved in. And I want to thank you, Disney, for that. What happened is we were given a ticket to eat at a particular restaurant for breakfast. Breakfast, by the way, was crappy. I had a waffle, and Eggo waffles taste better. But anyway, after we got done, we went back to our stateroom, grabbed our stuff off the ship, just like that. When we got off the ship, they said, "Oh, what stateroom were you in?" We said, "Oh, we were in, what were we in? 6022, and we were Goofy Orange." That was the tag on our suitcases. And they said, "Oh, right here." And they knew exactly where it was. No digging around, no hunting, easy. And I think that is all. Okay. As far as would I do a Disney cruise again? Probably not, because it is very expensive. I just did a little bit of research a couple of days ago, and I found 3 cruises, one on Carnival, one on Royal Caribbean, and one on Disney. They were all 4 days, all going to Nassau and to their private island. The Carnival came in at the least expensive for 2 people, and I believe this was 2 people in a balcony. So we're not comparing apples to oranges, it's apples to apples. But anyway, the Carnival was $1,300. Royal Caribbean was $1,500. Take your seats. Disney, $3,200. Yes, Disney has better shows. No, Disney doesn't have better food. Yes, Disney has better photo ops. In fact, one cool thing about that is, like, if you want to go get your picture taken with Cinderella or one of the other characters, you can hand in your camera and they will take your picture with your camera in addition to a professional shot. So that's good. Yes, you get free Cokes. Personally, all I drink is water. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink any sodas. So that doesn't do me any good. Plus the fact, am I going to pay more than double for Cokes? No. I had a great time with my sisters and my mom. It was a very memorable opportunity. I'm glad we got to do it. I have been wanting to go on a Disney because I've heard it is so great, and it was fun. We had a lot of fun. But was it that much more fun than the other cruises? I don't think so. If I had small children, would I rather go on a Disney cruise? To be perfectly honest, I don't know if I would take small children on a cruise. First time we took our children on a cruise, my youngest was 10. Going to the parks are great, but going on a big ship like that, I had 4 kids, so my husband and I were outnumbered. Maybe if you had 2 children, it may be a little different, but I just don't feel comfortable bringing small children on a cruise like that. One pro thing about Carnival is there's no gambling, and I'm highly allergic to cigarette smoke, and I get very, very sick when I'm exposed to it. I was not exposed to it at all. The smoking sections, they do have them for those that smoke, which is good, but they are way out of the way. On the other cruise ships, you do have to go through the casino to get anywhere, and you can smoke there, and therefore, after every cruise I've been on, I am sick afterwards. My sister Tammy asked me a question on the way back from the ship. She said, "Terry, if you had the opportunity to go on another Disney cruise and money was no object, would you go again?" My answer was, yes, I would go again, but not if I have to pay the high prices. So bottom line, I love Disney, didn't like the prices. So guess what? My husband and I, we are currently looking to go on another cruise, and we've already picked it out, and it will be Carnival. Anyway, that is my say on the Disney Dream 3-day cruise. I had a blast. Glad I did it. But I'm looking forward to my Carnival cruise here in a few months. This is the Tapping Flamingo signing out.